Arkansas is seeing an economic boom with more and more companies making the move to the natural state. And while this is great news for Arkansas as a whole, it's the northwestern part of the state that's reaping most of the benefits.
Tonight, THV11's Ann Russell digs into why Central Arkansas isn't seeing as much growth despite efforts to make it happen.
It's potentially a billion-dollar question. What separates Northwest Arkansas from Central Arkansas? Why they're seeing such a boom in business up there, but here, not so much. It's not really an easy answer, but for one tech executive, he tells me moving here made the most sense, even if Northwest Arkansas is growing much faster. 8 years ago, Jeremy Chrysler made a change of scenery.
To basically come and relocate everybody to Arkansas.
Moving an entire business from New York and Tampa to Central Arkansas wasn't easy. Chrysler, the VP of Search at Inuvo, an intelligent advertising company, says they offered 32 employees a chance to relocate, but only 3 packed their bags and headed to Conway.
It wasn't on their radar as to something that was even like something that they could do.
But 8 years later, and Chrysler says he'd make that same decision again.
There's no better place cheaper, and there's no cheaper place that's better, right? It's a terrific place to live.
The story of Inuvo isn't a unique one. Other companies have set their sights on the northwest corner of the state. Spartan Logistics of Ohio moved to Fort Smith, and electric car maker Canoo is relocating its headquarters from Texas to Bentonville. Decisions like these are leading to a bigger economic boom than anywhere else in the state.
You're talking in billions of dollars that are generated. I mean, you look, Walmart itself is, Fortune 1 on the Fortune 500 list. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that.
Mike Preston is the Arkansas Secretary of Commerce. He says the big reason companies are choosing Northwest over Central Arkansas is simple. Major names like Walmart, Tyson, and J.B. Hunt, and the massive employee force they hire. Another reason, he says, the University of Arkansas also acts as an anchor for the region. Add all that together, and it equals substantial growth. We're talking more than $3 billion over the past 7 years, according to the Northwest Arkansas Council's latest State of the Region report. And it's not just money. From 2015 to 2020, companies added 26,000 jobs to the region as well. Secretary Preston also points to another factor that is companies leaving the coast for the natural state.
Through the pandemic, you don't necessarily have to live in New York or California or one of the coasts. You can live in the heart of the country and still have a great paying job, but you have a great quality of life.
According to the Arkansas Economic Development Commission, our state has the 4th lowest cost of doing business in the entire country. Secretary Preston says he's hopeful that, along with the comparable cost of living, brings more companies and people down I-40 to the middle of the state.
I look the next 10 years for us to really take off in Central Arkansas, and hopefully 10 years we'll sit down and have another conversation, and hopefully it was only 5 years, but give us a little bit of a runway there.
He's not alone. Governor Asa Hutchinson says the groundwork for success is already in place for that to happen.
But we've got to remember, in Central Arkansas, there is a very good foundation, and there's growth of technology companies that's happening here as well.
The governor has made it a priority to attract tech companies to the state, making several trips with Secretary Preston to businesses in Silicon Valley, encouraging them to relocate.
We want to get them here to see what we have and to see our opportunities, and then it's a pretty easy sell after that to say, this is a good location to be.
A pretty easy sell that's already seen success in Northwest Arkansas, and for Chrysler, there's excitement that it happens here in Central Arkansas too.
And so there's just no reason, I think, to look elsewhere.
In Little Rock, Ian Russell, THV11 News.
Chrysler says another benefit for businesses is the amount of eligible college graduates to hire in Central Arkansas. Governor Hutchinson says keeping that young talent in the state is a priority.